Hey,
I came from the mud, there's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon. 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 When it rains, it pours. Water's up to my chin. Won't stop fighting to the very end. Many men trying to reach it. Many men have failed. Well, if you wanna get to heaven, you gotta raise a little hell. And I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They say no
on. We're live. How's everybody tonight? Thank you so much for joining us. So that was our newest and greatest idea. Guys, let me know what you think in the chat. If that was too long, you liked it. We're going to have a lot of newer things with our videos. This is what my thought was, because obviously YouTube does not like to promote videos. So if you guys like what you just saw, give us a 1. If you don't like what you saw, give us a 2. We're going to be working together, me and Tyler, and coming up with some more latest of the videos and stuff like that, putting that into the intros and stuff like that. But I want to thank each and every one for coming in here, and I'll let Tyler do the roll call this time.
Alrighty, I am kicked back and relaxed. I've been sitting at that desk working on videos for like the last 2 days now, so I have to use my phone for this. So let me go ahead and pop in the live chat. We have Mary Carter, good to see you. JNC, Oregon's Homestead, good to see you. Donna Morris, a pleasure as always. Fox Outdoors, Cliff, how's it going? Which I need to check out your video, by the way. He finally uploaded his first video. We have Grace Martin,
too.
Blake Hurst, the lovely Caroline, good to see you. Jess Cox, good to see you again. Let's see, going through, make sure I don't miss anyone.
You got Donald. Blake's in the house.
Morris, good to see you. And William, Damage85, good to see you as well. Thank you guys for coming in. Grace Martin, good to see you. Campton's family compound, good to see you as well. I think that's...
Yeah, Gil, I got my phone call today from what we were talking about the other night, and we have a date set up. So just wanted to let you know that.
Yep, I think I got everyone there.
All right, we got 16 in the house. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. We are the only live streaming that I know of right now that is actually giving you 1080p because YouTube won't let us do 4K. Tyler is shooting in 4K. You can tell the difference in his videos. Please go on the bottom of your YouTube channel, and you can change your quality by hitting that little cogwheel up there, and that'll change you over to 1080. You can see us in crystal clear. The audio is a lot better and everything else, so make sure you do that, because I know Tyler's right now giving me 4K because he's using his phone. I'm shooting you 4K right now, so I know I got 4K, so when we bring it over to the YouTube side of things, this is the best that you can get on YouTube. So make sure you do that. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Like we always say, that does help us out. So this today was, Tyler was generous enough to cancel his side of things because we are going to do the Bushcraft podcast off of my side, because we can't do the audio and stuff that we got going on here on his side yet, but we're working on that. But we do have some, we got Second Star Survival is coming to house. And JC Homestead, thank you for joining us. Mary. Caroline is in the house. Okay, so I got some people I got to make some mods. So the story behind my channel is that if you participate in our channels and you're coming and you're doing the thing, you're instantly a mod, and it helps with everything. So I got a lot of modding to do. So Tyler, if you'll take over, and Second Star Homestead. Oh, that's Survival. Sorry.
Yeah, you got Homestead on your mind.
I got Homesteading.
Second Star Survival, good to see you again over here on this side as well. Mary, it's always a pleasure to see you. I'm only letting we go to 1080p for picture quality. Yeah, because that's YouTube's. When we stream and we do a live stream, it only allows up to 1080p. They don't do 4K streaming yet, unfortunately. So guys are just joining in, make sure to hit that like button, share this out, tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell a coworker, tell an ex-lover, whatever you got to do, get the message out there. We appreciate it. So yeah, I know Mark says he's got something he wants to show us, so I decided to come over here on Mark's channel tonight and see what he has to show us all.
Well, we got two things we got to talk about tonight, Tyler. Number one is that we have to do an update on the weather,
Yep.
and then number two is we got a lot of the last bit of gear for the survival challenge has come in. So I have a box from Amazon that we have to open up. We got to talk tonight about the cold weather problems that you had in the Quincy hut. And there's a lot more else stuff that we're going to be going through, so it's going to be kind of fast paced, guys. So, like always, if you guys got a comment to what we're doing or anything like that, please make it in all caps. Helps us out. Most of the time, the reason why I put most people as mods is because then Streamlabs doesn't nail you for if you put too many emojis or if you put in caps. They don't like that. So if you're not a mod, it'll cause chaos. So most of the time, if you've been a part of this, we automatically make you a mod. So first off, do you want me to go through the box or do you want to talk about the Quincy hut? Which one do you want to do?
I'm sure it's going to be the box.
All right. So number one is I've always wanted, you always hate because if you're ever doing a fire and you sit there and you got to blow on the fire to get it started or anything like that. I didn't like that idea, but I saw a really cool video and I saw something on there that piqued my interest. So this is called the pocket billow. All right. And you can see there, this is what it is. And let's open this bad boy up and we get some fancy, it's a OG common mistakes and helpful and wet and dry weather starting tips. So we have a bunch of tips and tricks on here. When Tyler's bored when he's out there, I'll let him read that. So anyway, this is what you get. Pretty cool. I like it that it's small. Can fit in my pocket. Or what I have planned that's in that box. But anyway, the idea between this is a billow is if you haven't noticed is you can extend this out.
Is that Mark?
What? Dragon! You guys are gonna need to music video. Thank you so much, Dragon. You are awesome, man. I love it. Thanks for letting me know. With all of the singing, lovely bunch of coconuts. You're awesome, Dragon. So anyway, if you're looking to start a fire and you get really sick of getting smoke in your face, I won't say the name, but I know Tyler knows the name where I got this idea from.
Oh, I do.
And this is so cool because I no longer have to be sitting right in the fire. I can stand out and go my way. I'm hoping that in there with this challenge that we can actually find some reeds because it's going to be cold and they're all going to be dried out and everything like that. So that'll allow us to do this bushcraft style. But otherwise, we do have this, which is really cool. So everybody's probably anxious for me to open up that box. Go Dragon. Dragon is awesome. He is. He's like a Mary because Dragon is a full supporter of any YouTube channel, which is crazy and awesome at the same time because he is legitimate, guys. Guess what, Tyler? I don't have a knife with me. I'll have to use my silky saw.
Uh-oh.
How you like this for open up a box?
Good to see you, Colin, and good to see you, Get Her Done Grandy, that joined in. Thank you guys for joining us.
Absolutely. Get her done, Granny. We're doing this I don't know if would you call this a redneck way of things, or would you call this just a bushcraft way of things?
Uh, maybe redneck.
I think so too, yeah, redneck. I'm going to go with the redneck way. You can't find a knife, you got to use whatever you got.
Yep. I've used pins. I've used nail clippers. I've used all kinds of things.
This is the first time for the silky saw. All right. So, in the box. Wow, they use an awful big box. All right. So, first thing out of the box. We'll go with this. And this is the 120 gigabytes of SD cards, because Tyler keeps saying that we can never have enough. And there's a reason for that. So, oop, I dropped it. Where'd that one go? Oop, almost ran her over. So, they give us a little handy dandy zip drive. So you can do micro or the big style here. That's pretty neat. That will go into the box of things. But we have two 128. These are higher performance. They're 95 megabytes per second. These are H3s, flash cards, 4K. And Tyler's got a little story. I know he's got a boatload of these. And Dragon, if you were wondering what we did with the donation that you just gave us, this is part of that donation, because we do not have enough cards to shoot what we're going to be shooting at this time. So, guys, if you haven't noticed, everything that comes in here as a donation either goes back to the channel or we donate it back out to help other people out. Oop. So Tyler was talking and he gave me an idea. Because of his batteries. Well, I was a little short on SD cards, so I think these were good for the 4K cameras. What's your thoughts, buddy?
I'm watching a live stream on the phone because I can't see on Zoom what you're doing. So.
Oh, you'll see it here in a little bit. Okay, so this was the other thing that Tyler and myself had to come up with. And this is, these are Smart Power. This is from Rav, and I've got two of these. These are Rav Power. The reason why that we got these is these are actually power packs. I should turn my other camera so you can see.
Yeah, Colin, that's the thing too about the solar panels too is, depending on the weather, Mark can verify that there's days or even weeks of no sunlight. So, trying to rely solely on, any kind of solar panel or power source that's Viva Solar or not. I mean, we do have stuff for that, but at the same time, we're not going to rely on mainly charging our batteries up using solar panels.
Nope. So right here, this is what I use, and these are called Rav Powers. They have three smarts and they have a mini that you can plug into. And these are, I want to say they're at 38,000 kilowatt or whatever they say. Well, let me see in the back here. Capacity is 28,000 mega amps. And I've got two of these, so each one of these will be hooked up to a big camera, because if you guys didn't go watch Tyler's video that he put out there, guys, go watch it, but it'll show you how fast that you lose power with your cameras. He's got one of these tucked in his sleeping bag just to power up his phone. If you guys watch some of the issues that he had with his phone, he was still recording, but there's no picture. That's what happens in cold environment. So we've got this one, another one in the box, and I got to hook up the other camera for Tyler. I do have a little one here, and this one is 1670. This will be good for like cell phones and something like that. It's not big enough to run the big cameras, so I got some other stuff with that. And let's see what they give me here. I bet you this is their little fine and dandy. Oh yeah, here we go. So I get a little carrying case with each one, which is really nice because I can, well, actually it's not really nice because I can see right through it. So that cold environment is going to go right through there. And we have two really nice USB to mini USB port plugins here. So that's going to be nice for those.
Right on. Good to see you, Jervis.
So Tyler, you take over and keep talking. I'm gonna hook the other camera up so you can see me.
All right. Yeah, so we have Jervis just joining us, going back through. People are talking about a portable turbine. You know, we definitely have lots of ideas. Let me grab you guys and show you. I mean, we got pages and lists full of everything that we plan on doing for this challenge. We really want to get creative when it comes to building and you know, just making our life a lot easier out there while we're out there doing this. As Mark said, there is a weather update now. It looks like, from what he was saying earlier, is there's not going to be any more snow in the forecast for the 7 days that we're out there, but temperatures are dropping dramatically. So less snow, but colder weather. So, and that's, you know, that's kind of right because, for one, he's already got boatloads of snow out there. It's snowing. I think he said it's snowing right now, or it's going to start snowing again. But the cold weather, that's the thing. That's why we wanted to do this challenge and why we wanted to do it in February, is because those are going to be the expected coldest. It's going to be the coldest month of the year, doing this in February. So that's kind of why we wanted to do this in February and have it more of a challenge. I can tell you one thing right now. When I was sleeping in that Quincy over the weekend, it wasn't so bad in there. Like I said, it was roughly 35, 40 degrees, if I had to guess. The cold really wasn't the issue for me. It was being comfortable, which is weird for me, I guess, as I get older, being more comfortable outside. It's becoming harder and harder for me to. I used to be able to, which I really did used to sleep on rocks or, you know, sleep on you know, a tree, up in a tree, just laying on a branch, or you know, laying on the hard ground. Never had any issues. But now that I'm getting older, I find it very hard to fall asleep laying on the ground, even with that sleeping pad I had in there, because of the cold weather. The sleeping bag lost a lot of the air for it being really cold and dense, and I was very uncomfortable the whole night. So, you know, we're gonna see what we can do about that. Yeah, good to see you too, Jervis. If you're not comfortable, you can't rest and enjoy. That's absolutely right. You know, that's the biggest thing when it comes to, like, you know, any kind of survival situations or bushcrafting. When you're trying to thrive in an environment and you set yourself up to stay out there for a long period of time, you have to be comfortable. That's the biggest thing. That is why a lot of people, like, for the show alone, if anyone has seen that show, some of the contestants that ended up going and leaving early during that show, they tapping out, was you know, they didn't have that really comfortable style while they were out there. They were more or less you know, just with small shelters. It didn't really feel like a home. They didn't have, you know, a nice bed, or, you know, whatever it may be. So you got some weird setup going on there, Mark.
Yeah. That's what happens. I don't know why that box is on there. Well, anyway, you're the only one that sees it. All right, guys. So there's two of me. What I'm going to do here now is that since, like I was talking about, is the RAV powers, I got to pop out the super chat here so I can see what's going on.
Let's see. Dragon said, "Did you put a tarp underneath the sleeping bag? Even better, leave a tarp folded in half and filled with leaves as a ground break." I did not. I had a sleeping pad, one of those self-inflating sleeping pads that I used during the fall and during summertime, which I've never had any issue with it. It was the first time I've ever used it out in cold weather, and I thought it would just be just fine because sleeping sleeping bag is like really plush, so it's really heavy, and I thought I could easily get by with that. But trying to clear off as much snow on the ground as possible, to have some kind of a flat surface, and I slept on kind of a raised area in the back to where I can kind of have my body, a little bit elevated off the ground. As I was sleeping, and the body heat and stuff was icing everything over that I was sleeping on. It became very hard. It was like sleeping on ice rocks. So.
Yep, and there's a reason where Tyler was asking. Sorry about the eagle, guys. He's got a square in his box. This is, if you guys haven't seen this before, I showed it on one of our previous live streams. This is 3.5 inches. This has a value of, I think it's like 9.5 or something like that, R value. And if you look how thick this thing is, this is what we use for cold weather. I did the same thing. I went out on a challenge with a normal sleeping pad and found out very quickly that the hard cold ground will suck through anything. So this thing is why we got the big old thick one. Obviously, guys, in the summertime, you do not want to carry this thing because it is heavy. The other thing that we're going to be taking out there that is from the old days is my nice Summit foam insulated pillow. Because I was thinking, if I'm going to spend 7 days out there, I might as well be comfortable, right? Absolutely. All right. So one of the other things that I wanted to, one of the things with these battery packs in cold weather environments is the different plugins that you have. RAV has the option here. So if I want to charge these things up, now I have a charging station for that. But this right here was for the guys, because if you guys don't understand, everything that we have is USB. So I'm thinking, how can we do that? So this is right now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 USB ports, so that when we go out there, we can charge our stuff. We just plug it into the USB. I'm going to be taking my bigger one also, but here, this is another thing that we will be using. So if you're thinking about doing this kind of stuff and you have a lot of equipment or some guys going with you, when you charge your cameras, your battery packs, anything like that, now the RAV will plug right into this, and we're able to use the power to charge multiple devices at the same time. So this is a really one of the other ideas that, from watching certain people, I'm like, hey, that's not a bad idea.
Campton's family compound wants to know, how far away are we going to be from the vehicles?
Depends on which way we want to go. We could be 2.5 miles away, or we could be roughly a football field away. It all depends. It depends on how deep the snow is, how good Tyler's Jeep is to follow behind me, because it would really suck if Tyler gets stuck and I get stuck and I can't pull him through because we've got a lot of snow now.
I got a Jeep, so we're not too worried about that.
So the last thing that I got that I thought would be really cool, and this is actually a fishing gear. I saw another YouTuber that had something like this, not exactly like this, but this is for fishing. So you fold it down like so, and you have these pockets that are all velcroed in, so we can put different, there we go, we can put different stuff in there. So we can have our fire starters, we can have some cooking utensils, we can have our seasoning that we're going to make, and a bunch of other stuff in a local area. YouTube shirts, whatever we want to do. Where did you get that, by the way, Tyler? Yeah.
Oh, YouTube say, "Oh, this channel is just so good that I need to get a shirt made for him." So
Oh,
here I am, just chilling with the shirt on.
nice. See, mine says "Beware of dog" with bullet holes all in it.
Bulletproof.
So that is the. I have had a lot of the stuff, guys, but this is the last of the gear that we are going to be going out there with.
Hey, good to see you, Texas Jungle. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
All right, yeah. One of the Donald, yeah. You gotta throw it off so people can see it. Actually, it says "Beware of dog," and it's all shot up and full of holes, and it says "My dog is the least of your worries." I like that. So the other concept that we're going to do tonight, if you haven't noticed, we had new software. I got kindly talked in, I won't mention any names, Tyler, to getting a new editing software. So please give me your thoughts of how you thought that was and how that sounded and everything else, because that now we are using Filmora 9. That was not off my normal production software.
You know, if I were to make at least 50 cents for everyone I've turned on to Filmora, you know, I'd be a very wealthy man.
You can. You never put a link in there for being a advocate or whatever they call it.
No.
Yeah, you can.
All right, well, take it back and then buy it again.
They're behind the 8 ball now, aren't they?
Yeah.
And some of these cases are pretty cool. I mean, you know, that way stuff can stay. And I'm actually getting it's called a Huskied box, and we're going to be trying to attach stuff that's right directly in the box so that we can plug stuff in and keep it in a warmer environment. So we're going to be taking more or less what it is a huge tote, and then I'm going to take some 3-inch foam and I'm going to insulate it all the way around, and then have this set up inside there so it would like a charging station for everybody, so that our gear and stuff can stay somewhat warm in there. And then we'll throw some hand warmers or something else in there so that we can stay warm. But now we are officially good to go with all the stuff.
Yeah, I need to make another Amazon wish list. There's a few things in there I saw that you have that I want.
Like what?
The only new thing that I did get is a 5-pound wool blanket, 100% wool blanket. This thing is nice. Like, I don't know if you guys ever seen like those commercials for the weighted down blankets. That's kind of what it feels like. It's really nice and heavy. I mean, this thing, I've already slept with it a few times, and I like it. It's nice. It's heavy, but it's nice, and I think it's going to serve me very well out there on that trip.
Absolutely, Dennis. Yeah, I will let you know. What I've been doing is I've been trying to sleep out in environments where just to get my body temp, because where I work in a controlled climate, so it's 72 degrees year round, which kind of sucks up here in the wintertime if they throw summertime when we got humidity, because I'm used to that kind of environment. So I've been going out and I've been sleeping with that mat, and just with I have my cattle blanket and then I have a fleece blanket, and that's all I've been sleeping with now for 2 weeks, just to get my body set up to do this, because we're talking the weather. Oh yeah, that's the other thing we gotta do is the weather. All right.
I'm going to grab that link real quick for that blanket, and I'll share it on there for you guys to check out.
Yeah, Truth Rocket Stove. Let's go here. So we're going to AccuWeather.
And that's the beauty thing too. It's a 66 by 90, so it's a huge. Um, it's very huge. So I'll copy.
All right, so I got to pull that in, and I'm going to. Oh, I don't have a camera in that one yet.
Oh yeah, I plan on doing. I was gonna make for one of the things I want to do for the video. I was gonna do a tin rocket stove cooking system, which I think would be pretty cool.
All right, guys. So you're gonna be able to hear Tyler, but you won't be able to see Tyler on the YouTube because I'm gonna bring in the weather forecast.
I agree very heavy and for a decent price too.
Wool blankets here. You guys ever ride horses before? You throw a cattle blanket on them, right? They did that down south all the time. So I have a cattle blanket, which is 100% wool, and then I have my military issued wool blanket that I carry along with me also. And what I do with that is I throw that over the top of a sleeping bag, or I'll throw that underneath a sleeping bag, just to give you that extra layer. So it's not actually or touching me, because yeah, you're right. I don't wool's itchy, and I don't want to do that. I don't even have any wool clothes because of the fact that. So, all right. So we're gonna go and we're gonna do the weather.
You can hear, Mark. No one can hear.
I can hear me now behind you. Blue, any you guys can hear me now. That was crazy. All my presets are messed up. Sorry about that, guys. But if what the wind chill chart is telling me that if the temperature is -5 and we have a 10-mile-an-hour wind, you're looking at -22. Theoretically, up here in Wisconsin, it's anywhere between 10 and 15 mile an hour. So we're looking at temps where we're at -5 of -22 and -26. I do not know why my audio went goofy. That just doesn't make sense. All right, all good now. We'll have to go back and figure why them screens dumped.
Yeah, I don't know.
So anyway, we are going to be cold and cold and colder. Where that big mat behind me is a huge thing. Guys, also Tyler is going to be using my spare bivvy, so he'll have an actual military grade bivvy to put inside his sleeping bag, his wool blanket, so that he has that extra protection out there. But we do have some really cool things that are going to be planned out and some cool surprises. So it should be fun. I do not know why that did that. That irritates me. Because now, if you ask Tyler about how we do this stuff, I always have to do things and make it better. Because I think you guys deserve that. Always want to be better. So now we're going to do something that we've never done before. Getting started, Homestead. Thank you for coming in here. Truth Freeze. Well, it's amazing. It is. So, it is 11:20, Tyler. Out of our fellow people that are in our chat, guys and gals, who wants to come into Zoom with Tyler? Because I really want to bring somebody else's opinion on things, and see how and what you think of everything. So if you have a camera, you have video or anything like that, we would like to have you join Tyler and myself up in the Zoom room, and we can talk about something. Yeah, I know, Fox. I don't know why it did that this time. I'm thinking an upgrade or something shut my audio off, and I don't know why it did that. Because it should automatically, and it should automatically have it up there. I don't know what. Oh, there, now worked. Huh, that was weird. So I could actually switch it back over now, and we could redo the weather if Tyler wants to.
Willem says he has a computer. That'll work. If you got a camera with it, you can definitely hop on here.
Who? Colin?
Colin, yep. Hey, Freaky Geek, how's it going?
Good to see you, Freaky. Glad you could come in and join us. We want to get another person's aspect of things because, the other thing is, if you guys haven't noticed on our community tabs on our channels, there is a poll. And in that poll, it shows what you guys want to see. So please go and check out those links on our community tabs. Tyler has his. I have mine. And it tells us exactly what you guys want to see because that helps us out to what you guys are interested in. So right now I'm going to throw up, because now I got audio back, I'm going to throw up the community tab to show you exactly what we're talking about. So right now in the community tab, it says on my channel, you guys are 46% of you want to see homesteading videos, which is obviously a homestead channel. How-to videos is 31%, canning and cooking is coming in at 8, and bushcraft videos are at 15 right now. We've had 13 votes and we've only had it up for 2 days. So if we go to Tyler's, and you, like I said, you can find this all on the community tab, and this really helps out everybody to see what you want to do. And I can't see Tyler's because I'm not the owner of it. But Tyler has 36 votes in, and what are your stats right now?
If I pull mine up, let's see. Community tab. So, there's the link I shared to Mark's live stream. My video, other video. There we go. So we have shelters at 8%. We have more bushcraft how-tos at 22%, camping at 17%, and survival challenge at 53% out of 36 votes.
So Freaky, yeah, you can go onto the community tab on either one of our channel, and you'll see that poll come that's up on the top. It's posted right on the top. I want to say it's posted right on the top. Make sure that I'm not joshing anybody. But that tells everybody what they're looking for. Right now, the first thing, let me pin it to the top. Nope. So there's only one thing in front of mine, and that is the live stream tonight. On Tyler's, he's got more videos that have been up, so you're gonna have to scroll down a little bit. But that tells everybody, that tells the channel what you're interested in. So if you see these polls, please be a part of them. I mean, it helps us out to tell what you guys want to see, and it will make a better experience for both of us. So it's a really good idea.
Is there an all above pick? We can make the polls as we go. Excuse me. Those are just, those are really good ways for us creators to interact with our subscribers, because we could post a million videos on different categories, different types of videos, but what really matters is getting your guys' opinion on them, because if we post 1,000 videos and those 1,000 videos are what no one on the channel likes to watch, what's the point? So we really try to communicate with you guys to figure out what interests you guys, what can we do to make a full entertaining video.
Yep. Second Star Survival says, what kind of opinion are y'all looking for? When it comes to going out and actually do some survival or bushcrafting out in the environment, number one is have you done any cold weather survival? What kind of equipment have you used, and what stuff failed and what stuff actually worked? Because we have different equipment up here than what Tyler does down south. Perfect example is you come up here, you can't find bank line anywhere. No store has any. You go down south and it's all over the place. The farther south you go, it's like in every store. So that's just one of the things where the stuff that we have is a little bit different.
Absolutely. Okay, so
oh, the other thing too, Tyler, is today is Monday. You know what that means, right?
I don't. What's that?
You said by Wednesday a certain person would be over 1,000.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We got to do that a little bit here, guys. I'm sorry I forgot all about that. We have a true a friend of both of ours, and you guys know him very well. If you follow our channels right now, he hasn't been on that much because he's recovering from 2 surgeries. But I am posting the link here in the chat, and his channel, I can't pull you wait a minute, I probably can pull you in, but then I can't, because you don't have a green screen. You do it. So this is Micro Homesteader's channel, and we have a little thing going where we want to help out those smaller channels that are less than 1K and get you to that 1K mark. And I was talking with Tyler, and Tyler said, yeah, we could do that. We can crank him up there in a heartbeat. So if you haven't already subscribed to Micro Homesteaders and you want a true subscriber and be a part of his channel, please go and check him out. Tyler will talk a little bit about what he was saying, and then we'll keep throwing a link up and pushing it up here every now and then, because it is very important to us to help you other guys and gals out, because we know YouTube is rough at that beginning stage. Heck, it's rough as you get bigger. So the more people that can help each other out, the better off it is. And I remember when I was little and a certain channel came by and gave me a little push, and let me tell you, it's a big difference.
Absolutely. Yeah, Micro Homesteader, he's sitting currently at 788 subscribers. He's the one who has really taken our live streams to a whole new level to bring better content for you guys as we stream and interact with you guys. He's got amazing stuff on his channel. He's a homesteader. For being an older gentleman, he definitely is more tech savvy than I guess you could say I am. My goal is simple. Like I said, I help out a lot of channels. This is one that I truly wish to see over 1,000 subscribers by Wednesday, because he's done so much for me. This is something he has not asked us to do. This is just our way of returning the favor for all the help that he's given me and Mark. There's many things you can do once you hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. He's just a really good dear friend of ours, and I told Mark, I don't lie, and I said I'd get him to 1,000 subscribers by Wednesday, and that's the plan. So
he's got one more to go to hit that 790 mark. One more. We have 790. If we could get him to 800 tonight. So if you guys do not have Micro Homesteaders, go and check him out if you do like what you see. That's the other thing, guys, is you're never gonna hear me say you gotta go and hit the button over here, because if you guys ain't gonna spend the time there, it's not gonna help anybody else out. So, and our guys in here and in Tyler's chat and his part of his channel are really good about doing that. They will support a channel, and they're full truly supporters. So the link is in there, guys. If you guys can go check him out. Oh, there it is, 790. Boom, just like that.
There we go. You guys are awesome. That's what brings a smile to our faces.
Yep.
We could sit here and be those channels that are only looking out for each other. If that was the case, I wouldn't be over here on Mark's channel, and Mark wouldn't be over on my channel. That's what we're about. Is we're a strong community. We help each other out. So it's.
In your yard,
nice,
homestead.
We have such a good community where everyone knows each other on a first name basis. We know kind of what's going on in each other's lives for the most part. I mean, nothing too personal, but when a subscriber has like John Taylor, his mom was just in the hospital, we said a prayer for her. Mary Carter, we jumped in her live stream and absolutely made her day, which ended up making our day. I don't know if she realizes how much that made our day. So, we're just such a tight community. We have one of the best communities out there on YouTube.
Yeah,
out of all the channels out there, our community is hands down one of the best. So you guys should all, pat yourself on the back, because we're just awesome. We are just awesome.
And Mary, when do you I see that you're live streaming on Sundays. What is your time? Because YouTube doesn't give me the notification until you're like done. So, and I'm terrible at plugging in my phone. You can ask Tyler. Half the time I'll say, "Oh yeah, I got to plug my phone in," and I set it down and I totally forget about it. So, if
You're
you
absolutely right. Jervis, she is absolutely sweet, and she, she was cooking that chicken noodle soup, and I darn near was able to smell it, being on the panel there. That's how good she had it going on over there. So absolutely cool. Good to see you, Travis. Thank you for coming in.
Travis, we got Josh from In Your Yard Homestead. He's from Australia.
Oh, nice.
So guys, don't forget to please share us out. Please hit that thumbs up if you like what we're doing, and we appreciate it. If you haven't already, please hit it. If you have done it, thank you so much.
Yep. And Caroline, you take it easy. Good night and God bless.
And thank you so much for coming here.
We'll see you on the next one. Let's get some sleep.
Passion for hunting and fishing. How's it going, buddy? Great to see you. Like I said, the link is in there, guys. If you do not have Merle, please go and check him out. It's right above my name and highlighted, and I'll throw it in again for those that just are watching in the background or just popping in here, whatever. Everything spicy rate. Wow, thanks.
What's going on, Crazy Ann? Good to see you. Good to see you, Nick.
Good to see you guys. Phil, glad you could come in here. Chelsea, thanks for coming in. That is awesome. We like spicy raids.
Chelsea Lynn, good to see you. Like I said, if you guys haven't already and you guys really want to know homesteading, you really want to know how to up your game when it comes to live streaming, check out Merle. His channel link is Micro Homesteader. Mark has been posting the link in the chat. Do me a favor, guys, because I am not a liar. I want to get to 1,000 by Wednesday. We have 2 days left, and I know we could do it. We are so close to getting to 1,000. And I need you guys that do have a channel understand and know how hard it is to get recognized on YouTube. And this is not something he had asked us to do. This is just us returning the favor for all the knowledge that he has given us. So definitely consider taking a look at his channel. And I guarantee you, if you're another YouTube creator, you're not gonna regret it.
You know what's cool about it is if he doesn't have the answer, he will find it for you guys. He's the one that helped me build my computer to do what I do today. He's the one that gave me all the advice, and I showed him what I wanted. And then when I got it back, I sent the build sheet over to Merle. Merle went through it with a fine-tooth comb and said, "Yeah, that's everything you need." So, and he's given me the tricks to use the DSLRs. That's the cool thing about the streaming in 1080. You know, most people can't do that because right away YouTube wants to shut them down, and they're going to take them into a lower rate. If you guys go over and you hit that cogwheel and you see that at HD, you know, you can turn that to 1080 and you can see crystal clear live streaming. The audio is just fabulous, everything like that. So those are the things that Merle's and tricks that he knows because he was in filming, he was in broadcasting long before. He has a great knowledge of how to do that kind of stuff. So if you're looking for that kind of information, he's always about that.
Like I said, I know I joke about it.
Hey, hold on. Sty is in the house. Sty, you want to come up and talk about some winter challenges stuff? I'm in the Zoom room. I can throw the link around. I know he's got Zoom, so he can pop right in here. All right. Sorry for the interruption. My bad. Sorry.
I don't remember what I was going to go with.
I'm terrible at that.
But yeah, like I said, he was he's been so inspirational when it comes to doing these live streams and helping us out such a long way. That's really what it's about. Like I said, I don't ever ask anything in return as far as helping other channels out. To me, it's just knowing that someone's getting their success because all they needed was just a little bit of light on them. You know, like I said, YouTube is, you know, when you start off on YouTube, you're just pretty much a seed in the ground. You know, you can get water and all that stuff, but without sunlight, without a little bit of shine on you, someone kind of helping you out to get you started, it's so hard. So, you know, that's all we're doing. Me and Mark, we're just shining a little bit of light on Myrtle, and we're hoping for the best.
So we got Metal Music is in the house. Thank you so much for joining us, buddy. We got McCoy's Oak Farm. Thank you coming in. So many Smurfs. Yep, we love our Smurfs. They treat us well, and we treat them well. Mike's World. Great to see you, Mike. I'm glad you're in here. Obviously, Get Her Done Granny, Stein North. Kimberly Ferris is in the house. Hello, Mary. So you guys have been sharing. I love it. We had a spicy raid. We're going to have Stein North is going to be popping up here, and when he does that, I probably will pop off a little side of things here because it's going to look goofy with two of me on there and everything. So these are kind of the things what Tyler's talking about is you know, you want to take your stuff to the next level. You want to build your system, the green screens, all that kind of stuff here on YouTube, and you want to give your subscribers the best that you can. I can guarantee you Merle can help you out doing that. He is that kind of person. He doesn't care if you're big or you're small. If you listen to the man, you're going to get something amazing output. It's really cool.
That reminded me, that's what I was going to talk about. Like I said, you guys know I joke all the time about my computer. It's actually no joking matter. My computer is dirt old. It's older than dirt itself. I am literally pushing this computer to every limit that it has because it is not meant or was never designed to do these live streams, to edit videos on. This laptop that I use was simply made to load Google up, and that's it. It doesn't even want to load up YouTube videos on it. I can't watch YouTube videos on my laptop. So the beauty thing is Merle's helped me out so much when it comes to editing and streaming off of this because of his knowledge and what he has shown me. What I can do is I'm able to just barely squeak by doing these live streams on it and editing my videos on it. So if it wasn't for him, there's no way I would be able to do these live streams or to keep pushing out videos for you guys. So like I said, if you guys want to keep seeing more videos, you keep wanting to see these really nice live streams, definitely help him out, checking his channel out because this wouldn't be possible without him. And like I said, that's my way of returning the favor. Even if you guys aren't a channel, you know, down the road, I've had 12, 15 subscribers now who I've encouraged to start their own channel. I have one subscriber who was just a subscriber, never thought about YouTubing. I motivated him to start his own channel, and he's got 33,000 subscribers now. So, you know, I mean, you never know. So it's definitely worth a follow. He does homesteading stuff too, like I said. So check him out and like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button, check all.
So you see the one there, Micro's channel. I just posted that up there for his. Jarvis is throwing it up there. Awesome job, Jarvis. Thank you so much for doing that. He's also got the link running in the chat. Sty, it is in your personal messenger on Facebook for the link for Zoom. 31 watching, 25 likes. Guys, pound that like button. Tyler, did you hit the like?
I have.
Oh, good deal. There we go.
Let's see, on my phone, oh, it says there's only 2 likes because it doesn't really update the likes and stuff, but I am liked. I am the second like.
Actually, it's showing us now we got 32 in the room and we got 26 likes.
There we go. So let me ask you guys, is all 32 of you subscribed to Mark with Rolling Homestead Wild Edibles, me, Tyler Wood Bushcraft, and Merle with Micro Homesteaders? So if you guys aren't, you want to pick us up by all means, like I said, we work and try to do only the best video footage. We upgrade our cameras. We upgrade our live streaming to bring you the best content possible.
Absolutely. Oh, there's Sty. Sty's in the house. And he's got his sunglasses on. How's it going, buddy?
And tomorrow with micro homesteading, micro homesteaders. So, any
How you doing, Sty?
Hey,
How's it going?
oh, it's going. It's going.
It looks like you just got off the beach.
I got my green screen disabled right now.
Well, you can turn it on. This Zoom has green screen too.
Yeah, it's all right. I don't have to look fancy.
Coming from the guy with the hat and glasses on.
Oh, I tell you, I gotta have the glasses now because
Them lights are terrible, aren't they?
well, I was having trouble before I even got studio lights and added the studio lights, and it just got worse. And yeah, I'm trying to. There we go.
People,
I'm getting set up so I can see the chat at the same time. So there we go.
people don't understand when you actually start to build a studio, and you have those lights, them lights on. Depending on your like mine are different because mine are they're big, but they're the soft white,
Right.
so it doesn't hurt. And the bills of the hats help tremendously because that keeps that glare coming off your face.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
See,
bounce
My
this. There we
studio
go.
lights are 1200 lumen each, but they're soft or cool running lights. They're really cool. They're rated for 10,000 hours per bulb. But it's a lot of light. That's a lot of light.
I gotta get the little square box off the Eagle. I remember how I did that last time.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, I was wondering your eagle is like you got them targeted.
That's
With that little square box.
Yeah, that's a DSLR because Tyler couldn't see anything in Zoom side of things, so I'm like, okay, I'll throw the DSLR up and we'll do that, and then so that he can see what's going on. Because if you guys don't realize that anytime you stream on YouTube, what we see in Zoom is actual right on the money, and then when it gets processed over into YouTube land, it's a little delay. It could be up to 60 seconds. So Tyler's like, when I'm trying to talk to him and understand what's going on, he can't actually see what's going on until he sees it on YouTube land, and that could be a minute behind. So it's really nice to have your Zoom room opened up, and you have them in there. So that's why you see two of me. I can actually drop the one off of. I might do that. I'll drop this other one off. Oh, now lock it, drop it.
Yeah, I agree. He does get that Willie Nelson look going on.
There we go. Willie.
How are you two fellas doing? We haven't gotten together for a bit. I've been keeping eyes on you, but we haven't had the opportunity to chat.
Yeah, I was watching your last live stream there, and then me and Mark were last night. Me and Mark and a few of the other guys are going to do this challenge. We try to get together around 9 o'clock Sunday every night and discuss the challenge and ideas. I mean, like I said, we've got notebooks full of everything that we want to do.
Homework, man.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, I want to do my shelter system up in a tree. So it's.
Oh, you want off the ground?
Yeah, off the ground. So trying to figure out a way to have it off the ground, but still keep warm up there. And so we've been planning this, and yeah.
Hey, Crazy Ann. Really... Good to see you.
Why does Sty sound weird? That's Zoom. I don't know why.
Oh.
Whenever I'm on a Zoom panel, people on the channel say that.
Go down. Go to your mic. the mic button on the bottom left-hand corner and hit audio settings. And I can tell you what the problem is, where you can adjust your audio and take it off of the automatically adjust volume.
Okay.
That's probably it.
Take it off of what?
The automatically adjust volume, it is probably checked. Uncheck that, and you can adjust your audio.
No, it's just got my mic showing the right microphone.
Don't click on the mic. Click on the arrow up button, and go on the very bottom. It says audio settings.
Okay. I'm there.
Okay, then you're gonna see where it says. If you look on YouTube land, you can see it right now. And then if you uncheck that automatically adjust volume button, and you can adjust your mic and turn it down, up or down. It does seem like you're a little bit hotter than the rest of us.
There's like I'm what?
You're a little bit hot. Your mic sounds like it's a little bit hot, so you can adjust and turn it down here a little bit if you want.
Let's see. Is that sounding any better?
It sounds like you.
How about that? Is that
Yeah, there you go. Now you're sounding like the rest of us.
there? Okay, good. Because I got rid of the automatic adjustment and cranked the volume down a bit.
I got to do the same thing because our mics are too hot. And then you come into Zoom, and Zoom can't pick it up, and it'll drop it and raise it and drop it and raise it and screws it all up.
Okay, hopefully that'll be better. Yeah, cool.
I always sound weird, Dan.
Crazy, Ann. You sound like a midget. Yeah,
There you go.
sometimes I feel like one too. But hey, Tyler, you're talking about going off ground. I just tell you something I did. This was a lot of years ago. Something I did out west. I found this beautiful blue spruce, and I'm looking up. Yeah, big bugger. I got underneath it, and I'm looking, and you could walk under it before the first limbs, but the bough was just kind of hung down towards the ground. And I'm looking up in that thing, and I'm going, God, I could lash some poles up there and make a deck across the lower limbs, because the spruce, all the limbs grow out perpendicular of each other, so you get a nice round. It's like a bicycle wheel, with spokes. So when I got to thinking, and I thought, God, I went and I cut some end boughs off. I threw some poles across a couple of those limbs, and I cut some bough ends off and threw those on those poles. And I got myself a bed about 8-10 inches thick. And this was in the winter, in the middle of the winter. And I put them up there, and then I got thinking, the next branches above me were about 3.5, 4 feet. So I had to crawl up, and there was like a loft. I cut some more boughs, and then I cut like a Y branch at the end of the bough, and I put them up like walls, hung them like walls around it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And that was cozy as can be, and it was colder than sin out there, and I was in a bedroll, but
See, that's what I was thinking when it came to building the walls. Like I said, it's going to be hard. I mean, I really won't have a really good idea until I'm out there and I'm looking at, my options as far as the trees. So the biggest thing is the flooring, is because if I get the flooring and then I can use some kind of metal material, like maybe like from a 55-gallon drum, if I cut out a nice square that I can keep a fire going on throughout the whole week that I'm up there. I can have a fire up in there and have it, safe, or it's not gonna, burn the whole trees down while I'm inside or anything like that. So
yeah. See, and that's the thing too, is if you had like half a 55-gallon drum or something, and you could punch it like 4 holes in it and just have a couple of wire straps, to hang it. You could hang it so that it's actually not in contact with any wood anywhere.
yeah, or like a space heater or something like that.
Yeah, hang it, right at the entrance of your shelter or something. So you have it like an airborne fire pit.
A floating campfire.
There you go, floating campfire.
I might have to see what we can work
A
out.
little bit of food for thought. I don't mean to add to you. Looking at your list, I can imagine what's going through your head already. But
Oh yeah, I'm itching to start writing some more down. A floating campfire, that'd be cool. That'd be cool to see. I'm curious on that.
Well, the other thing that
it almost got me thinking. I've been in forest situations where I don't want a ground fire. I'm worried about a ground fire because it's so dry and it's, it just conditions aren't right. My God, you could build a big tripod and hang a steel tub base, even if it was just the belly out of a Weber barbecue grill.
or actually like
You
a
can hang
water.
it by its handles, for crying out loud.
I was thinking about a water trough,
Well, yeah,
our old feed trough.
yeah.
I got a bunch.
You could have a long fire too.
I got a bunch of them laying around here.
Well,
They used to have hog troughs that would have worked perfect for that.
Yeah.
Because they're short, they're only about 18 inches tall, but they were long. They were I had 4 and 6 footers. No kidding, you could have a nice long fire. You could throw a grate over one end to cook on, shove coals down there and cook.
See you later, Josh.
Okay, you guys, this is terrible. I want to sleep tonight. This kind of stuff keeps me awake.
Well, actually, the next big thing that I threw at him tonight is I'm going to actually make a bushcraft windmill so that I can do my rotisserie over the fire by using the wind.
Oh, jeez.
I think I'm gonna try to do the floating campfire if I can use some kind of like 55-gallon metal drum.
What really?
One step further, where I'm going to put racks, try to maybe tack weld or do some kind of whole system where I can put like a flat grill or a griddle, and then I can smoke some stuff, like hang a hanger inside of it and smoke the meat while it's in there too.
I would think about I'd usually look at a 30-gallon because a 55 is pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna
Well, I mean that's kind of like the idea of just some sort of material like that, some kind of a bucket or some sort.
What really sucks is I threw one of my old grill pits. I wore it right out with the racks were all shot and the bottom was starting to rot out of it, so I threw the whole thing away. That'd have been perfect for this.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I done wore that baby right out. She was 10 years old and she was ready. I'd have to put another sheet of steel in there before we went out because I pretty much cranked her right out. But there's the other things too. Is one of the things that we were talking about was with Tyler when he did the Quincy hut. The camera, his phone worked, but he lost picture because it got cold.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we're looking at now. I just did a weather update. We're going to be down into the teens and in the single digits over that. And then the first 3 days and then the last 4 days are going to be below zero at night. And I just picked up the Rav Power, and this is 26,800 what is that, milliamps battery pack for the big cameras. And from watching his video, his camera gear just went all funky. Even the GoPro, Tyler, that kind of shocked me. I figured for sure that GoPro would be able to handle that. It didn't like it either.
Like I said, my DSLR, my big Nikon camera that I use, I've always had troubles in the wintertime when it gets cold. We're talking 30, 40 degrees outside Fahrenheit. It would still act up. It would still freeze up. It would show that it's recording, but nothing. The lens wouldn't capture anything. I've had trouble with that, but I've always used my GoPro Hero 5, and that's always been my backup. I used that last year during that polar vortex when we had that extreme cold weather, and I was able to do all my recording on that. I've never had issues with my GoPro, but over the weekend when I had my GoPro set up inside that Quincy, it was like every 5 seconds I had to take the battery out, put the battery back in, restart.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And GoPro's known more to handle those kind of extreme cold and wet environments, because it's an action cam and there's not really too much to them. as far as a shutter and mirrors and all that stuff. So I was very shocked having to deal with that.
Wow.
So there,
I hope my mic sounds different.
it does. It sounds better now. It sounds like your deep voice is back.
Yeah, I was digging around in the settings,
There
and what it did was it dropped my boom mic,
you go.
and so I had to get it all reset back.
So what we
So it's
got?
on the boom. It's on the boom mic, so it'll be better.
It sounds,
But yeah, I mean, with like all these camera issues, that's a bummer. I hate to even talk about it because I've been so damn lucky. You know, I my Vixia 800s, both of them, I've never had them drop on me in any sense. In the cold, the coldest I've been in, it was 20 below wind chill. I had it out, and I was amazed. I got an hour, 1.25 hours of battery life of recording on that Vixia 800, that Canon, and
See, that's a good thing about those camcorders, though. Using the DSLR, with the shutters, when you switch it to video mode, that shutter gets stuck in that cold weather.
well, see, and that's the issue with mine is I found that I had to keep that camera had to be the exact same temp as the outdoors conditions. So if there was any humidity, I had shutter problems because the humidity affects the DSLR so much. If it's dry air and it's cold, it seemed to function fine. Battery life was questionable, probably about 20 minutes to a half hour on a battery. I usually carry 5 of them with me.
we're gonna see how this thing goes. This thing is actually made for the cold environment. So,
We can't see it, Mark.
Yeah, we can't see it.
well, look on YouTube. I got the camera that you told me to buy.
It's behind.
Yeah, I see you down there.
So
I had to move the I had to move the zoom so I could see you.
Oh, my phone died.
there. Now I'm on back on Zoom. So this thing here, Tyler talked me into getting this. I shouldn't say talked me in, but we were talking about it, and
Right.
I had it out in some really cold environments so far. I can almost bet that the 8-hour battery life that it says it has, when we're out there, I don't think I'm going to get that. The only problem
Cut it at least in half.
Yeah, the only problem with this thing is it has no external batteries because it's completely waterproof. You can go in the water and do whatever you want, and this thing can handle it. I think charging
So
this
it
thing,
doesn't have it. There's no external battery.
no external batteries whatsoever. This is Canon's new
Right. Yeah.
camera.
I have to look at it real close, but I really want one too. It's a great step up because I dropped one of my Vixias in the river, and I mean I watched over $200, almost $300 go. I mean, because they ain't waterproof, and
Right.
I managed to get it so it records just fine, works as well as it ever did, except the screen is shot. So I can't do any on-screen stuff at all with it. I can set it up as a trail cam basically, but that one that you've got is awesome. But I didn't know that you couldn't use an external battery.
Nope.
So carry a big.
Charge it while you're recording too, though. So you can have it on a battery pack and still record with it.
Right.
I was gonna say, can you take a good battery pack with you? And
Yeah,
direct, hardwire the battery pack to it and just let that keep it at top, charge.
That's why I got.
Like 5 months ago, but they were originally $400, but now you can get them on Amazon for like $130.
Yeah, isn't that nuts?
Yep.
That's what happened with my Vixia too. The 800 when I got it, they first came out with them. Yeah, and I paid just a hair over $3 for it, and that's the one that went in the river. And then when I went to replace it, I thought, oh God, here goes another $300 out the window.
The only thing
I got it for 145 with a tripod kit and a whole ton of other stuff. It's just like
The only thing I don't like about this is you got to have the back open. So I can run I can run this camera being fully charged. That's what I wanted to do, is I wanted to be able to have the two main cameras. Obviously you can't do that with my GoPro, but with this, all you got to do is plug her into the back like so, and then we'll see what they sent me for the RAV here for the power. We'll find out if she's
One
charging.
thing I don't like about them either is they don't have a peripheral slot on the top of them, so you can't mount a light on it. You can't mount an external mic on the top.
Right, mine has a light down here in the corner, but you're absolutely right with the audio. That is why.
See, I should grab mine so I can show it to you while you're doing that too.
But obviously, guys, you can see through here on the charging light is on, so the RAV is powering this, and now the light came on, so the light's there. But that's why I got the external mics, is because I can run my mics off of my Canon, and then we can do the audio. I also have what is called a MAV audio, so I can actually record it while Stye's talking about his stuff there. I'm gonna go get the MAV and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
And I on my Vixia, I just put a bottom rail mount on it, and then my external mic mounts on the bottom rail. And when I open it up, the mic jack just plugs to the side, and it works good for holding the external mic. But if it had a top mount, accessory mount, you could mount an LED light at the top of it, or you could move your microphone up to the top of the camera instead of off to the side like mine is. But I'm gonna get one of those mic sets like Mark got. He gets his and he shows it off and he's wandering around the house talking on it. I'm like, well, okay, that's a done deal, because that I can put on this side rail, and the receiver I can set on the side rail and plug it into the camera, and it's small, and I can just wear the lapel mic or the headset, and
see,
and then my camera is just the camera. I don't have all the bulk on it anymore.
So this thing is actually this is a Tascam. This is one of the higher ends. But what's cool about this little thing is you can put a 128 gig chip in there, and now if I take and put my wireless headset mic into here, I can have this sitting anywhere, and I'm recording audio from all the different cameras because it's hearing my voice, and then I can just download it and match the audio. So I can use this with my headsets. I can use my boom mic. I can do whatever I want to. So there's another ways, guys, if you want to use multiple mics on something to get different shots. So if you're looking over here or if you're looking over there, whichever camera you're looking at, your audio is following it. And one of the things is, like this guy here, the Canon camcorder, does not have a very good audio. It has an okay audio. It's nothing like having the big mics. So
Right.
but it's pretty cool because
Yeah.
I just pulled this out and it's been sitting there for 2 years. And I won't mention any names on batteries, but Duracell Pro Cells are pretty good batteries
Uh-huh.
because they're still charged.
Uh-huh.
So that's the other trick you guys can do. So if you're looking to have multiple audios, it's always nice, because if you're one of the things with a camera and a boom mic, if you start walking away, you start losing that audio and it gets quieter and quieter and quieter. When you have the headset on or the wireless, you got some nice clear audio. It doesn't matter if you're looking away from your camera doing whatever you want, you still got good audio.
Yeah, McCoy's talking about camera on the tractor. Says things vibrate too much on my tractor too. I have looked at my tractor videos and got seasick, and that's it. That's one thing. You can stabilize videos like that. I do a lot of mount the camera on my dash and go driving down some of the nastiest roads, and then I watch it when I get home with the raw data, and I'm going, that's a fun ride. And then if you've got some good editing software, you can stabilize it, but a lot of people don't understand either that when you can stabilize it quite a bit, where it's at least enjoyable enough to watch, but you lose a lot of definition, because it's it's just not going to be high quality. I mean,
They actually do make now that you can get is it's called a portable gimbal that will hook up to your mics and your stands or whatever else. They're kind of, I mean, the cheapest one that I seen that could hook up to a DSLR with the motors and everything else for the gimbal, it's $3. So they're still kind of expensive, but there's another way if you're looking to get that shot where you don't want that movement. A gimbal is a way to do it, but you're paying for it, but you get better quality video.
Yeah, I've got a gimbal that's way in the other room, but I've had a few people look at it and they go, "Oh my God!" They pick it up and they go, "And you throw a camera on that? You are not carrying that thing with you." I said, "It's not designed to be carried. It's designed to sit on a tripod or a solid mount on something that's going to be vibrating and moving, and I can put that on my heavy tripod in my truck over the center column." And you sit there and you watch that camera. The camera just stays level constantly, and the truck's rolling and going up and down, and that gimbal's letting that camera just float. And it takes almost all the shake out. But that thing, it's just a bunch of iron and aluminum. but the dang thing costs $145. I mean,
Donald's asking, I don't have the GoPro 8. I have what would be, I think these are the knockoffs of the GoPro 5. These are a Casio, the Brav 4 4Ks, and I think what they are is they're just a knockoff of the 5. Tyler might know about the 8 because he's into the GoPro land more than I was. I just recently got these.
Yeah, the GoPro 8s, between GoPro 5 to GoPro 7, there's not really much of a difference. GoPro 8, when they released, they really changed their image stabilization where you can shoot at a higher frame rate when you're doing 4K videos. So if you're doing 4K, for the most part, you're only limited to like anywhere between 30 to 60 to 24 frames per second. Now GoPro can shoot 4K all the way up to 280 frames per second. So if you want to do those really nice cinematic slow motion new videos, you can do those on the GoPro Hero 8, along with a different kind of lens setup to where you can do a much wider shot with your GoPro, so it's not so like a fisheye look as compared to a lot of the older ones. Battery life has improved by double with the GoPro Hero 8. And there's two different ones. There's a GoPro Hero 8 and there's a GoPro Hero 8 Max. The Max does like the 360, 360 view. It has two screens, one on the front, two screens and two cameras, one on the front, one on the back. If you're looking to get a GoPro, I would definitely go with one of the newer ones. But I mean, you guys can pick up a GoPro Hero 5 now for roughly $100. And that's what I use for my secondary main camera. Because it shoots 4K, I can get it to like 24 to 30 frames per second. Really good quality. So I would suggest if you have the money, get the 8. If not, look into like a 5, because anything from GoPro Hero 5 and up is completely waterproof without a case. Like mine is, I can go up to like 33 feet in the water without any damage. But my biggest complaint with the GoPros is the audio. I do not like the sound of the audio. It's not terrible, but using like my Rode mic on my Nikon, you can definitely tell like there's a big night and day difference when it comes to the audio.
And then Metal music, yes. That's kind of funny you say that about the old VHS because I was at Goodwill and I see this Panasonic camera, the big old snorkel for the eye lens on it, and I'm like, ooh, what's that? I'm digging around in a bag, and lo and behold, here's the old VHS recorder, and I pull that thing out, and I'm like, my whole camera rig doesn't weigh that much, and I've got the DSLR, I've got the mics, I have the hydraulic head, and it don't even weigh half of what this thing does. I wouldn't want to carry this around all day long.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I had the full VHS camera system with a 3-pack backup batteries. You wore a harness with the 3 batteries on it, and you carry that dang camera. I even invested on the shoulder rack for it so that you carry 90% of the weight of your camera on your shoulder, and pack that big heavy bugger around all the time, and I hated it. I hated it with a passion. Then I got the one that had the little beta tapes in it. And then you put those beta tapes into a VHS cartridge, and then you'd play it. In fact, I think I still have that camera somewhere. I got a bunch of the little cartridges, and I got to get all the film footage transferred onto DVDs. But
Freaky, if you with drones, I'll tell you right now. There's one battery that is in the drone right now, but here's 3 batteries, and these are 2-hour charge, and they will give you 20-minute airtime from the time that you do your pre-op flight and you get up in the air. You got 20 minutes before it decides it's going to come back home. The thing that's different now is that the higher the quality, like I know the Phantom, I think, am I right, Tyler? The Phantom is up to 25 or 30 minutes once it's up in the air.
I get about 45 minutes with my DJI Phantom.
Yeah. So they've come a long way as far as that. The higher quality drone that you have, the more flight time that you have. So, hey, Sybil, good to see you. Thanks for coming in here. But it all depends on what drone you're going to get. I mean, the Phantom, you've got the gimbal, you got full 1080, or is that 4K with the Phantom?
What's that?
Is the Phantom 4K, or is it just 1080?
No. Yeah, mine shoots. Actually, I can shoot up to 8K, but I shoot in 4K. My unique drone that I have, that's my smaller compact one, which if you guys would have got this like 2 years ago, you could have paid $150 for it. They had them at Walmart for a very limited time, and now with like a month of Walmart having them, they sold out, and then they haven't restocked it because it was actually a glitch. They're actually like $600 drones now, and I got mine for $150, and it shoots full 4K.
The other one too is if you guys are looking for a drone, is the Mav. The Mav is amazing for being a little drone. It's not that big. You fold it out, the wings come out. It's pretty cool, and that one's pretty legit too because of the sensors in there. Everything is built right in, the gimbal, everything, and it's really cool because it's right in the front of the drone instead of underneath the drone. That's a really cool drone too. But you're talking, these drones are anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000. So these are the higher end drones.
Yeah, my DJI Phantom drone that I have, it has a built-in gimbal with it. It has an automatic setting to when I'm flying that you never get the drone to gimbal up, so where it's looking at the propellers as I'm flying, because my drone can actually go up to like 50 miles an hour. I think like 48, 49 miles an hour is the fastest I have, and it tells you all on your screen and all that stuff. But it has a built-in gimbal on it. It is, I think, one of the smoothest that I've ever seen in a video quality is how smooth the DJI gimbal is with their cameras. And the beauty thing is not only can I record everything I'm doing on my phone as I'm watching it, I can also, everything stays up on a backup SD card, a micro SD card that you put right into the camera of the drone itself. And I can, with that drone, because DJI drones are about this big. They're really, I mean, I think they weigh like roughly 10, 15 pounds, maybe 5 to 10 pounds, somewhere around that. I can actually pick up the I picked up with it was a 25-pound dumbbell, so it has a lot of power to pick up those heavy things. So I was actually able to use the DJI 4K camera, and I had my GoPro mounted on there too to see which is a better quality when it comes to it. And I should really upload that video because you can tell how much that stabilization works on the drone because it has those little springs on the four corners of the platform that the image stabilization stays on. And it's a night and day difference because GoPros do have the built-in stabilization, but it's nowhere near compared to what the DJI has as far as the stabilization and the whatchamacallit on there.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you guys can do to change your thing. The other thing that we're going to talk about tonight is editing software. I was gonna because if you guys haven't seen the new intro, what do you think, Tyler? By the way,
I didn't get to see it because it
Well,
wouldn't show up on my
yeah, you're right. You're over there. So you guys in the beginning are the two new intros to the Bushcraft podcast, and also the intros to my channel. That was all done because I got talked into getting Filmora. And I'll tell you what, after the trouble and the work that I had to go through with my old, I was using CyberPower piece and CyberLink. So everything is actually hands-on. I will tell you now with the two videos that I have made, actually I've made 3 now. I am impressed with Filmora, and I'm working on doing some really cool, the old disappear in an ash trick. Yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do with Filmora that I could not do with CyberLink. The other thing
I've been playing with mine. I bought Filmora. I've been playing with mine, and they brag about you can do up to 100 layers.
Mm-hmm.
So I started playing and seeing what happens when you start layering all these things. Oh my gosh, there's no end to it. I mean, it's going to there is a bit of a learning curve, but oh, is it fun? I did my little new stream intro. That was my first Filmora, and I mean literally first. I hadn't tried nothing. I just did that, and I did it in about a half an hour. I first try at Filmora, and now I've been playing with that thing. When I'm not on here, I'm playing with Filmora because they're, oh my gosh, that's going to change the world. It's going to change the whole video world.
And what I'll tell you guys is CyberLink and any of these other things that I've looked at before, because like Tyler, I've checked them all out. There is a free version of Filmora that you can get, and that's most people don't have that, so that's really cool. There's a lot of the bigger stuff isn't there, but what I really like when Tyler sold me on this whole deal was I pay $60, one-time deal, and I get all the updates. There is some people that are saying that Filmora has an issue with their updates. They're still trying to get that stuff figured out. I have not had a problem, but I got a brand new Filmora, so I guess I should have everything I need. But I will tell you, if you're looking for transitions and you're looking music, I think I heard that there's 100 and some songs just built into Filmora that you can use for your audio, which is really cool. I don't use Filmora songs because I've got Artlist, but that is really cool to have. The other thing that how Tyler got me to try this out is how quick and easy it was to pull your clips, and the snap motions are there. So if you're good with keyboards and you want to stay away from the shortcuts on Filmora are amazing because I can do things 10 times faster than what I was able to do with my other rendering software.
And their transitions, they've got dozens and dozens and dozens of transitions you can do between clips. And you can, once you throw a transition in, you can grab it, drag it, put it wherever you want, and pre-play it, say, oh no, I need that transition, a couple of fractions of a second moved. It just takes you a second to do it. And I see I see Freaky Geek asked, does does it slow anything down? No. I tell you what, Phil Mora, I was amazed at how fast. Not only can you build your video with it, but once your video, my videos, I export them to my computer, and then I watch it, and so I know exactly what's going to YouTube. Then I move it to YouTube.
And what the other cool thing that
It's fast to download it into a file.
and if you do have a slower computer, Filmora has a really cool thing that it will render or it will copy that video to make it a smoother entrance. There's a little button on the side there that you click, and that'll render that video as is. So then when you start working on it, it allows your head to work quicker, so you're seeing it in real time.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do is I got a short one here. This is only like 30 seconds. This is going to be, because mine and Tyler's for the bushcraft one is 5 minutes long. It has a lot of cool things on it, but I don't want to bore everybody because most people have seen that already. But if you guys do want to see it again, let's let me know. I'm going to share this out so that you guys in Zoomland can see it.
More is it has around 12,000 different effects when it comes to transitions, filters, music, audio clips, and that's just what the software comes with. When you go on Filmora's website and you log in, just like you log into on Filmora on the software, you're talking. I spent literally 8 hours just going through the music. I wasn't even going through the different transitions you can put in. They have holiday things where during the holidays it'll give you special like banners, special effects. I mean, it's just endless when it comes to.
And what's insane, hey Tyler, isn't it insane you get all of that? You get it all when you buy the package. Plus, you can even buy add-ons, more of all of those categories. You can buy more. You can buy more effects. You can buy more music. You can buy more of this stuff, and it's not expensive.
So here
it's insane. It's insane.
Here you guys go. This is the one of the intros. So this is what my intro. This one for Tyler's longer, but here you guys go. So there you guys.
Try to do that on your other editing software without ripping your hair out.
Nope. I'll tell you right now, that was so easy to make and make it look professional like that. Actually, when Tyler told me about it, I was hee-hawing around. I'm like, yeah, I was kind of used to my other one, and he said, I've tried them all, and this one seems to be what I like the best. I'm like, okay. So I took some of my experience with my other one that I use, and then I applied that to Filmora, and I was like, holy cow, the things that I could do here. Yeah, it was just like, wow.
That little intro is so sweet, and I know how much work you put into it. I mean, and like I said, you didn't have to rip your hair out to do it. And I see Freaky Geek says, is it a digital purchase? Yes, you purchase it, they download the full version to you. So you download it onto your system. I downloaded it onto my system, and I did a second download with Destination with a download onto a separate hard drive. So if anything happens to my system, all I got to do is take that hard drive. I restore my whole system off that hard drive. So yeah, it's a safe purchase, and like
I actually have 3 copies across. I have 3 different laptops that I kind of have to jump back and forth between editing live streaming. So when you download it, and let's say like my last one, I had Pro Vegas, which cost me $300 for that video software. I downloaded it on my laptop. My laptop fried. And because I downloaded on that laptop, it knew that I already downloaded, and I couldn't download it onto another
Right.
laptop or computer. So that's
Right.
the beauty thing about Filmora is once you buy it, you can have it as many places you want. You know.
As long as it's your machine, you can have it wherever you want. And McCoy's saying looks like $40 to $100 a year for Filmora. If you go on a monthly service plan, you're gonna pay through the nose. One-time purchase, $59.
Yeah, there's
One time, and that's the last you're gonna pay.
And at Christmas
And
time,
you own the
kind of
software. You
special
don't
at
have to pay.
Christmas Is they'll have it for $42 for lifetime. That's when I bought
Yeah.
mine, was during Christmas time. So
Yeah, over Christmas, I missed it. I kept putting it off, and then all of a sudden I realized, oh no, the Christmas sale's over. I had to pay the $60. So, but I tell you what, that was the best $60 I spent in 2019.
yep, I believe it. Like I said, I paid $300 for that Vegas Pro, and then it wasn't a week later when I downloaded it on my computer. My computer fried. I got a different computer. I tried doing that. It wouldn't work. I tried calling the company. It was like talking to someone over in India. So there was no help there. So that week I looked into Filmora and I said, I know some of the bigger channels like Fowler's Makery and Mischief and Craig Evans Rocky Mountain Bushcraft. He uses Filmora, so why don't I
Hey,
do it?
PewDiePie uses Filmora.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's nuts when you start seeing some of these huge channels and they're using Filmora. And I was so uncertain because I thought something that I can afford, nah, it ain't gonna be that dang good. It just ain't gonna. And what I like about it, it's not just good software. It's fun. It's fun to play with. All the stuff you can trick out. I got some just test videos. I tricked the heck out of them. I'm just like, gosh, too bad there's no content really. It's just all tricked out.
Well, see, my biggest fear was, I bought that $300 software. It came with like 5 different DVDs. I had to install everything. We were talking almost, I think, 200 gigs worth of stuff I had to install on my computer. And Filmora, I don't know exactly how many gigs it is, or even if it is a gig, but it was a one-time, one download little file.
Yeah.
Right on my desktop, and I was like, man, I don't know about this. And I got on there and I started dropping my videos, dropping my audio, changing this around. I'm like, holy crap!
And what's
I just do all this?
what's really cool is with our big system Sty and my graphics card and everything else, I was checking out when I was rendering a 4K video. I was telling this to Tyler, I only went up to 34%. I had Zoom open up with him in it. I had YouTube open up on the other side, and I'm downloading a 4K video on Filmora, and my CPU is
rendering off Filmora.
and I'm like, this thing ain't even budging. And Tyler's like, wow, yours don't skip like mine does.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. You guys think about it. What Tyler, if you can imagine this, is Tyler is back in the Stone Age, trying to chisel out his video on his computer, because that's about his computer. It's nothing like what me and Sty have. So when he's over there telling,
mine is very underpowered compared to Mark's. I mean, very, very underpowered.
so when he's telling you that he's working like overtime when it takes him like 36 hours to render a video, like he's doing right now.
Right now, yeah. He's always working in the background.
Look at that. That thing is, he pegs that thing out every time he goes online. So it's funny when I say that he's actually like the Stone Age and chiseling out his video and showing little pictures. But it's true. See you guys.
Like I said, I tried so many video softwares, and in the beginning, it used to take me 2 or 3 days to do my videos. And even that, I was using like my iPad, where it was so much easier to do everything. Now, if I was using that software, like I had Vegas Pro on mine here for a little bit before it crashed, it took 2 or 3 days. But using Filmora, even with how slow my computer is, and even every 30-second clip I put into Filmora, I have to render it. Unlike a lot of people can put all the videos in and then play it and it comes out smooth. Me, I can't. I have to render every video. So every time I render a 30-second clip, it takes me 10 minutes for every 30 seconds of editing.
He's not
So-
kidding either, Sty. He's got his computer. If I had that computer,
Oh,
oh man.
So, but
Yeah,
the main thing
it'd be like my laptop.
is
I use my laptop for my pole rack.
editing within
And,
like 8 hours.
Yeah, I'll call him up or I'll say, hey, how'd that video turn out? Oh, it's still rendering. This is the next day.
yeah. I don't know yet. I don't know. Check back with me later.
What I mean, you got to say all his videos look pretty cool when they're done. But yeah,
When
he's
they're done, yeah.
dropping these little clips in there, and I'm like, that's why at first I was really kind of skittish about Filmora because I'm watching him dropping these little clips and he has to render it and then go back and get it and then get another one, and I'm like, holy man, talk about a lot of extra work. Well, then I got it. And I'm like, I'm like, hey, this ain't bad at all.
Well, yeah, that's when I first got Filmora, I dropped, just to test it out, I dropped 2 30-minute videos on it. And I wanted to cut big chunks out of them. So I dropped 2 30-minute videos into the timeline. And it wasn't maybe 30 seconds, and both of them could be run. I could hit play, watch them straight through, smooth, no hesitations. Sit there, cut, edit. It's right now. It's right now.
So once I get going, guys, and I get really used to, I'm coming out of the old age of things because I was running Power Director 13 or 14, and I think it's at 18 now. But you pay a lot of money back in the day when I did that. I think that was $4 when I got that one. And I was like, this is crazy for $60. This thing must be a pile. Well, I started to use it, and I was amazed how quick and how accurate and how you could zoom in and do things so accurately. I really enjoyed it. So once I get more educated on Filmora, I will do some breakdowns and show you guys how you can use Filmora to actually, the little tricks to it to make your videos pop. Do some green screening behind it, that kind of stuff to get you some really cool shots. Because I'll tell you what, you can send it out, your little intros like that. That's huge because they make or break your channel.
For doing intros, it's got me sold for doing intros. If I'm going to have anything special come on up, I'm going to shoot me a little, even if it's just a 1 minute, 2 minute little intro, because it's so easy to whip them up. And did you notice, Mark, that's one thing I like too, is like in transitions and, well, especially in effects, you can go in there and you can create your custom effects, and then you can save them into your effects library, and they become a new effect.
Mm-hmm.
So down the road, you can think, oh gosh, I want that effect I used to have into this video. You don't have to recreate it. Just go in and you saved it as a template. Boom. It pops right in. You tweak it the way you want it, and it takes you maybe a minute, and you've done this whole formatting of a new effect in just less than a minute. Boom, boom, boom.
And you can actually, what I really liked about it too is you can go into the transitions and then you can tweak them to what you want. So if you want this transition to do something different, what's really cool with still shots, or if you got that video shot and you wish you had a little bit of a zoom on it, they have that in the function where it'll zoom in and zoom back out on there, so you can put that in there. So there's a lot of cool things that I saw in there, like, because if you want to do a traditional zoom, you got to do the old crop and paste, and you got to bring that in there, and it's a big thing. And this makes it so much easier. Like Tyler told me one time, he's like, with my ham video, I think it was the second time I tried to post that one. He said it would be nice if you could have zoomed in on it and you could see the liquid dripping off the ham. So when I redid it, I did that, and it took me just 2 hours just for that little portion of trying to zoom into that ham and to get the juices flowing and then come back out. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I'm going to do this over here and on this one. And then I got used to doing it, and it was easier. But I was like, there's got to be a quicker way,
Gotta be.
See, that's the thing too. But for more, like Sai was talking about, you can save templates. So my intro that's in every video, the Taiwood bushcraft with the the world spinning, and it comes in through the clouds to the mountains, into the trees. I have that saved as a video itself, as a file on Filmora. So every time I start my video off with a scene that happens later on in that video, a 5-second clip, I then pull my video that I already have done for my intro that's in every video.
Yeah, you don't ever have to rebuild it. Yeah.
And that's
for me and my laptop, it's just. I mean, I really hope you guys appreciate my videos and my editing. You
Well,
guys have no idea how
for,
long it takes on this computer. I mean,
for us that have discussed this with you, yeah, our heart goes out. Our
actually,
heart goes out.
actually, guys, we're working on building and getting Tyler a better computer. We're actually the other night we were looking at some video or computers and stuff. So we're working on it. Like I say, is get a big one and a good one, and then you never have to worry about it again. If you want to upgrade, it's really easy. Because if you guys realize, if you go to the store and you buy that computer that you buy at the store, they're very, very hard to upgrade because the motherboards, they're not set up to be upgradable. It's a terrible thing to do. So if you really want to get a computer that has some pop and some power, the bare bones kit when you build them yourself, that's the way to do it.
I don't know if you can show that, Mark, but my settings compared to your settings is just unreal. And actually, you know what? I can share the screen. I can try doing that. That'll give this computer a baby. And I can show you guys like what my system is running. I have so I'm running a maximum speed of 2.16 gigahertz, which is absolutely nothing, and you can see in my performance
100%
past that.
maxed out.
You know, process is 90. So 1 megabyte, like for my L2 Chase, like that is horrible. This computer was never intended for. Like I said, it has a hard time loading up Google. And Google is one of the easiest pages to upload. It has a problem doing that. So imagine trying to do any kind of video software editing or live streaming. It's just ridiculous.
So he was telling you guys. No, I'll show you. I can show you what mine's doing. So this will give you the difference in opinion here on what Tyler's.
Yeah, Mark, there goes Mark showing off.
This is the difference between the little stuff and the big stuff.
Yeah.
Remember, his was at 100%.
Yeah. You're running at between 25 and 29.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. And with all you've got, the burden that's actually going on to your system, yeah.
What's happening? What does is if you look at my graphics card is pulling a lot of the weight. That's at 21%, and that's just because I got the
Yeah.
StreamYard.
It helps because it's sharing that burden.
Yeah, I got the Streamlabs is open up, and that when you're trying to push the 1080, that takes a lot off your graphics card.
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of the weight's at.
And that I gotta get a good graphics card in my machine, so it can carry some of the burden.
It makes
that goes a long way.
That makes a big difference. Yep. If you look at some of the graphics cards that are out there, they're just as big as the computer itself. I mean, that thing is huge. You see that thing sticking out of there, and that's your graphics card, and that gives all your power right there.
Yeah. Well, that's my youngest boy's gaming machine.
That's what my machine is, a gaming machine.
See, the only thing I have updated on mine is just that 2 terabyte hard drive, and that's actually what's allowing me right now to stream, because I have everything that this computer has on it onto that 2 terabyte hard drive, so I'm able to live stream on here.
You mean your external?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's an external USB plug-in, because I can't, as you know, I can't upgrade my hard drive on the laptop. I can't upgrade the graphics card, nothing like that. So that's what you want to look at. When I called CyberPower PCs up and I started talking to those guys over there, and I said I wanted to take and make a rendering streaming computer. They put the best gaming stuff together, but they gave me Windows 10 Professional and the audio cards and stuff like that, so that there's a lot of gaming and streaming are hand in hand. You're still using the same equipment, right, but you're doing a different thing with it.
Right. Yeah. See, and that's what I'm waiting for my boy to decide he's going to upgrade his machine a little more. I don't know what he'll do, but Yeah, a lot of times you'll just swap stuff out just to try something new on the market. Yeah, I'm gonna snatch a good video card off of him when he starts swapping stuff out.
I'm
I'm not.
actually
I'm gonna. I.
I'm,
I. I tell you what, his garbage could be my gold mine. That's
I'm actually waiting for the i9s to come down in price. And then when the i9s come in, because my motherboard is capable of going all the way up to the i9,
up to
and
9. Yeah.
and then when I do that, we'll see what this puppy will do. But like I think it was McCoy was saying, you get into some of them graphics cards, they're $700, $800, $900 to $1,000 a piece
Oh yeah.
for the graphics card. That doesn't talk about anything else. That's just a card. So
Well, and like you said, yeah, some of those cards are like a standalone PC. I mean, that,
yeah.
that's why you're paying $1,000 to get
the
top
one
end graphics.
the one that I want to get started for this thing, which I can have the capabilities to, it's dual cards that are bridged.
Oh yeah.
So
Yep.
that's. But right now you're looking at I've got 4 HDMI cables, and then I have the what do they call them? They're like the USB output. They're different. They're like the USB, but are like the HDMI cable, but they're a little bit different. But my monitors are all plugged into that, and then my DSLR is plugged into the HDMI. But that's what's cool about having those graphic cards. You can run. You guys got to remember, I'm running 3 monitors. I'm running 2 cameras on
Right.
top of everything else that I'm doing. So the graphics card is huge.
Yeah. Yeah. I've
Freak.
got 4 HDMI, and I've got 10 3.0 USB. Then I got 2 micro HDMI. So, but my machine, it's actually got more output than my machine can actually deliver. So it's there. So I have to switch box, and I couldn't run all of it. I couldn't get it all running. So I have to switch box and make sure that I'm not overburdening the system, so that I only have certain peripherals running at a time coming off of it. Otherwise, it's just too much. So yeah, like I said, mine's not up to par with yours. It looks good, but it doesn't have the guts yet. It's
Freaky, it depends on, like, right now I'm running the NVIDIA 1070 graphics card, which is their mid-range. They've got one that's, I think it's the 1080 or the 1080 or 1090, which is the one that I would like to get, and that's bridged, so you're running 2 of them. That would be really nice.
Yeah.
But your graphics card takes a huge pull off your computer, because it's doing. You can get a good graphics card, and then it could be low, like it could only be a 4 gig graphics card, and then it's gonna start pulling off your CPU. So the bigger the graphics card is, the more gigabytes it has, the better your computer can handle. And my computer's overclocked, which also helps out a lot too.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think mine's McCoy. Mine's only 16 gigabyte, but then I've got 8 gigabyte extra that's just on my graphics card. There's a lot of things that you can do, Freaky. How should you upgrade a graphics card? The first thing that you got to look at is your motherboard. And you have to stick within your parameters of your motherboard, because not all graphics cards will go into your motherboard, so you have to check that out first to see what's coming up.
Yeah.
Well, Tyler was going to share something.
Yeah. I'm sitting there all anticipation,
Yeah, there's Metal Mouse says 20 gig graphics card. Sorry, I haven't geeked out in a while. Yeah.
Tyler, don't get your machine locked up.
I thought you took all that stuff off of there.
This is all on my
Oh, that's
External.
all on your external. Okay.
stuff. If I just let's do open.
Oh, he's pulling up Filmora. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Importing a file. There it comes.
I'll show you guys just like a. Let's see. Put this video down here. Match the media. I think it's because that video's already been done and rendered. How much that money? Yeah, imagine that.
When you share too, Tyler, go on the bottom of Zoom on the share function, and there's a box there that says check so we can hear your audio sound. Otherwise, they're not going to hear it on the other side.
All right.
So close back out of screen share and open it back up, and on the bottom of it, it'll say share audio. Small potatoes rule the world. Yeah, Mary. I remember those days though when you had your internet, you're either swapping or stealing from a neighbor, or you had to remember the old dial-up. That was. I'd like to try some of the stuff we do now with a dial-up. See what happened.
Oh, jeez.
You need a.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
need
I tell you what, some of the files we upload now, we could have started those back in the dial-up days, and it'd probably be getting done about now.
I was just thinking, where me and Merle were talking about that the other day. What we are doing right now, back in the day, would take 2 semi-trailers full of equipment and processors and software and everything else to do what we're doing right now.
Well, I worked for a firm called Data 100, and I did IC and CPU testing, and our mainframe was in a 24 by 48 foot room. And it had 6 commercial air conditioners running 24/7 to keep it below. Now keep in mind, it was usually, that's the average, that below 90 degrees in that room.
Yeah,
Those were the days.
that's when
Plus, we
those.
did all of our programming. We did, keyboard entry, and hard paper printout, and programs were printed out on yellow ribbon, and then you feed the yellow ribbon back into it, and then you had a rendered program. And it would take you about 2 hours to do a program that would run for about 10 minutes.
All right. So
Great to see us, creative. Glad you came in here.
this first clip is roughly 20 seconds long, and I have to render it. If I don't render it, this is what it looks like. The audio will be like way out of sync. It'll be really blocky. It's not really fluid motion. And so if I hit render, this is what it shows me for each clip. Now, granted, this is a 26 or a 20 something second clip, and it's going to take about 15 minutes to render a 20-second clip. So if I post a video that's roughly 30 minutes, that's about 6 hours worth of footage. So you take 6 hours and you times it by what is it here? 15 minutes per 30 seconds. So yeah, I hope you guys get the gist of how how bad it is.
Tyler, we didn't want to see that. We didn't want to see that. That's terrible.
Cancel. So yeah, I put
Now he
two
locked.
clips together.
Now he locked up his computer. He can't get out of it.
Yeah. Careful.
We're not even a minute long in those 2 little video clips, and that would take me about 2 hours to do.
Oh
Just-
my God. Oh God. I'd go. No, I'm sorry, guys. I know it doesn't sound nice, but I'd go shoot myself. I'd give up. I would totally give up. on YouTube. I would, if I knew that's the best you could ever do, that there wasn't an answer to the problem, yeah, I'd give it right up. I'd give it. At least there is a resolve, Tyler. You will be there. Oh my God,
People
man.
always tell me, "Well, you need to put out more videos." It's like, you
Oh
guys,
yeah,
if I record one video, it takes me a whole week's worth of being able to record it. It's not that I have all this fancy, editing software and all this other stuff. It's just my computer can't handle it. I can barely
that's it.
get out.
That's the thing is you've got all the tools, but you don't have a toolbox.
That's the.
You need a good toolbox to have all those tools in, because your tools are laying all over, and it takes forever to go get them and get it all together. Oh boy!
When I first started the live streaming thing, I had my. If you guys remember, I had my grow table behind me here, and I was on the other side of the wall, and I was running an i3. And I was pushing it right to its limit. I was everybody's saying, I can't believe you're doing vmix off of that in an i3.
Oh,
and
Tyler would kill for that system right now.
And I was like, yeah, I'm running it down with, there's nothing on there besides my live streaming. I couldn't do nothing else on it. And then I'd have to bring back everything off my external so I could do rendering and everything like that. And I said, and I know Tyler's pain is because you want to be able to do something and you can't do it. When I finished building the studio here 2 years ago, it was like a night and day difference, because you could just come in here and you like you said, Sty, you flip a switch, everything comes on, computers come on, monitors come on, cameras come on, everything is ready to go, and you just sit down in a hot seat and away you go. And so I do understand Tyler's pain. I remember those days very well.
Yeah, not right now. It's hard sometimes. I got to stop and think about how bad it used to be. 'Cause now it takes me about 3 minutes to be up. I can have a stream set up within that 3 minutes, and I could go live in less than 5 minutes of me walking into the room.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've done that. I've come running home, ran in the door and going, oh my God, my stream's starting in 10 minutes. And I got time to sit here and relax for about 5 minutes before the stream starts.
It's like Tyler said the time was 10:30. I don't get off of work until 10. Takes me 15 minutes to get home. So when I come in here, it's turn everything on, and now everything is preset in YouTube and everything like that. So all I got to do is turn on Streamlabs, and I hit the go button, and
you're up and running.
And I'm up and running. I throw Zoom on the other side and call them up and say, yep, we're ready. Let's go.
We're ready.
I can imagine once I get a better system, what it's going to, what I'm going to be able to do. It should, like I said, I have so many people always tell me, oh, you need to have more videos coming out. You need to keep more videos coming. We need more videos. It's like, I just wish you guys could kind of understand, like, the frustration. The other night, Sunday night, Mark wanted to talk in our Zoom room for our 7-day challenge, as I'm trying to sit here and edit this video. Now, when I have a streaming going on, like we're doing now, and having my video software up, it stressed my computer out to no end. So I was so frustrated. Mark was just finally like, all right, you know what, I'm gonna let you go so you can finish editing your video. I know you want to get it done and get it posted for tomorrow, so it's just absolutely crazy.
Creative, we just came across, or I just came across Filmora, and right now I'm very pleased. If you go in the beginning of our live stream today, you will see my intro, and then you'll see the Bushcraft podcast intro, which is 7 minutes long. But what I was really impressed with is I took videos of Tyler's, which was shot in 4K, took it off of his playlist, threw it in Filmora, and I loaded it up in 4K, and I watched his video against what I made, and I could not see a difference. So that's after being copied with my my copying software and then throwing it into Filmora. I was really pleased that there was no difference between the two. You had that nice clarity. You had that picture that I was looking for. That was really cool, because that's one of the things I was really worried about, was the fact is if I take a video off of YouTube and I record it, there's an image right there. Well, then you're taking that recorded images, and if I would have threw it in my old rendering software, that's what I would have came out with. And every time you try to mess with the different bit rates, and if I wanted to take it was shot in 1080 and I want to take it 4K, well, it doesn't like that. So especially what happens when you take a 4K video and you bring it in and you bring it back into something, it usually doesn't like that either. But Filmora did it seamlessly. It was just like nothing, no problem. So that was really cool.
Plus, Filmora will give you true quality for what you want, because you can change the settings from best to better to good to okay.
Yep.
Now, when you use best, using 4K, for a lot of softwares, even when it gets uploaded to YouTube, it'll render down from 4K to like 3880 or 3640 million megapixels per square inch. But with Filmora, if you shoot in 4 million megapixels, which is 4K, it'll give you all 4 million megapixels. And that's the cool thing about Filmora, is that, with a lot of softwares, it renders down your video files a little bit for when you upload them, or, use it for a different video software.
And that I liked with Filmora too, is if you want to downscale it, you have control. You have control of it.
Yeah.
If you upload 4K and you say, no, I want to step it down, you make that decision when you load it in. Filmora lets you decide. Filmora wants to put it in the way you send it to it.
Yep.
So if you're sending it 4K, it wants to put 4K in it. So I like that. Is it's going to give you the best quality, but if you want to change it, go with a lower quality. That's your choice. You can actually go do it.
Is that so? If I start a project off and I have the project set to 4K, even if I'm using like 720p or 1080p, if I have my project mainly set at 1080p, I can put all those videos that aren't 4K and transition them into 4K on Filmora without going through one by one and click on each video and rendering, upscaling it to 4K.
Exactly.
The other thing, too, guys, that I want to let everybody know is that YouTube is, when you send your video over there, YouTube takes this video, so what Tyler just said, this huge 4K video, and it smashes it. And what happens is you get distorted, it starts to get over pixelated, or you're going to start to see overexposures on some things because it smashes it. YouTube doesn't show things in 4K, but they do show things in 1080. Well, we found that out. I'm sorry, that's wrong, because on Zach's actually has 4K. So when we upload a video in 4K, if you click that cogwheel, you can get that 4K. But YouTube is only going to give you between 380 and 720. You have to ask for more, and that's what that cogwheel is down on the bottom.
Yep.
I gotta look to see if I didn't post that video yet, so I do not know if that is 4K or not. I know I did the last video that I did in my ham video, that was shot in 4K. And let's see if YouTube actually downloaded in 4K, or did they take it to 1080. Because I might have to go and reset it. Nope, on that one, Tyler, the only thing it gives me is 1080p, 1080 at 60p.
Okay, I'm going to switch this over here and show the guys what we're talking about. Like on TVs, you just hit that more high quality. You can change it. See how YouTube has it set? I don't know if you guys can see that, but it has it set to 1440p. It actually can go up to 2160p to 4K. And you can watch 4K videos that way. If it'll.
You know what, too, is I bet you I'm not. I wonder if it's because I'm only on my 1080 monitor. It's not my 4K monitor, so maybe it won't let me go to 4K.
Yeah, because the monitor will only take in 1080.
Yeah, I'll bet you that's what it is.
Could be. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. Yeah.
Well, Tyler, tonight we have made, if anybody hasn't known, the link has been up there with Micro Homesteader. He is at 792. So if there's any more than, if there's 8 of you that are left in this chat that does not have micro homesteaders, please go and check him out and help him out.
Help him out. You betcha. Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed. I'm getting right on the edge of 3K. I didn't even realize it. And Spicy pointed it out that he goes, you know what? You're right at 3K, and I'm like, nah, I'm not. I guess I was. Yeah.
There's another one, guys. Pick up Sty. Let's get him to that 3K mark.
Well, I'm seeing all familiar folks in there.
Yeah, that's kind of that's the problem right there.
That's, and I let my channel grow pretty organically, and yeah, I got 33 to go. I'm patient,
I'm
Actually, I was talking with Mark about this too. Is my channel has done phenomenal, especially in the last 4 months. I think I've gained over 700 subscribers in like the last 3-4 months, which is crazy. But I turned off all notifications when it comes to new subscribers or anything like that. For a while there, I was getting obsessed with climbing the ladder on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I was more worried about how many people I was gaining instead of worrying about the people that I already have. And I was losing sleep at night for it. And it came to me, and I realized that it doesn't matter that number on your channel. It really doesn't. It just matters about the people that are involved and that stick around and interact with you. So I turned off all settings because I have people asking me, oh, how big is your channel? Oh, why don't you show your subscribers anymore? It doesn't matter to me. I am, I'm happy where I'm at. I haven't even looked at. Someone told me the other day too, like, oh, I subscribed to your channel, and this person said I subscribed to your channel. I haven't even looked to see where I'm sitting at. Last time I checked, I was at like 2,500. So.
Yep. See, and that's it. That's the way I am too, Tyler. I just. Oh, thanks for the reminder. I should look at those numbers a little more often. But I get more concerned with. I start thinking, oh man, all these people are following me, and I have to keep them entertained. I have a need to want. I want to, and now I was sulking because I haven't been able to do any video work. It's just all streaming, and Crazy Ann. Yesterday, her and I were in a private phone chat. Oh, she chewed me a new. She really chewed me a new one. She goes, "You live on Lake Superior. Why don't you just?" She says, "I know your ankle problems. Drive down to the lakeside, walk 50 feet from your truck, set your camera up facing out over Lake Superior, and sit in front of that there and talk about the outdoors. You're getting in the outdoors. You got that beautiful lake scene." And she says, "Isn't there something going on the lakeshore?" Well, maybe people would be interested in 150, 200 fishermen we got out here ice fishing. Maybe I should drive out there and film.
You know what would be really cool to go get, Sty, is when you got the icebreakers going through there.
Well, yeah, when the Coast Guard comes through and they're breaking ice and they're going to reset buoys, that'd be good shots. I can get out on the big coal pier, and we got the big Great Lakes research vessel that parks here in Ashland winters, and then when they break out in the spring, it's cool. Plus, we've got ice races up here that start in February, and I thought, geez, I can drive right out to the ice races. It costs you $5 to go out there, and I can get on the roof of my truck with a tripod, and I can film them stinking stock car races on the lake.
Hey, there you go.
And Ann's going, so shut up and quit whining that you're not meeting your audience's needs. Just get out there and do it, you dope.
You know what the sad part of the whole thing is that when you do this and your analytics are up, and for those guys that are monetized, this is a point that I want to get you across, is YouTube is like the lottery. All right, once you get up to a certain point, every day that you don't continue to have views, that dollar amount starts to drop.
Yeah.
So there's a threshold before you can get paid, and that's $100. Everybody knows that. That's through Google. So if you get your first $100 and you're at that $100 mark on the you restarted the month and you're not doing anything, you start dropping.
Yep.
Okay, and then what happens is that you have to build that back up. And that once you're at that certain point, it's difficult to keep that momentum going if you don't have new content out there. But at the same time, you don't want to drown. Here's another trick too. You don't want to drown your channel with a bunch of content. Before you do that, you want to make sure that you have really good content. Your audio and your video is up to par. You have good photographic or filming skills. You got that all dialed in. Once you get all that stuff all dialed in and ready to go, and you start to see that your channel is taking off, then you can start putting more in there. But the goal, I think I heard way back in the day when me and Sty first started this, is they said put 2 videos out a week. Yeah. And then I heard another guy that has almost 2 million subscribers say that if you're just starting out a channel, you should just start by working on 1 video a week to make sure that your content is good, and that your followers and your subscribers like what you're doing. Because you don't want to have two pots going here. All right, because if, let's say, you have your homesteading, I'm a homesteading channel, and I have my homesteaders. Well, if I change my pot and I start doing something else, I'm going to interrupt my homesteading people, and they might not like it. Or I get let's say I get what do you call that when that video goes viral? Okay, I get a viral video, and I got a whole different clan coming in here for something that my channel isn't normally about. Well, now I have
especially if it's a non-related video to your channel that goes viral. You get all of these that they're actually intruders that come in, and they drive out your base.
Yep, and you know what? I'll tell you. Remember one thing. Is that your base is what made your channel. Exactly. The people that actually are doing what they're doing is what made your channel. So that's why everybody says, what I'm trying to do here and the reason why I'm doing the bushcrafting and homesteading is because in the wintertime, I don't got a whole lot to do besides shovel snow. I mean, here in March, April, we can start to grow tables up. We can start planting seeds and stuff like that. And that's going to be really fun. But right now, there's not too much to do besides let the dogs go out and that. So when Tyler said, hey, let's do some bushcrafting, I thought, hey, that's a cool fill-in. I used to do that. It used to be a part of my channel.
Right. And it's still relevant. And that's the thing is, well, see, like on my channel, okay, I've got 2 streams a week that are loosely outdoors. The Sty stories and the around the campfire, but it's loosely outdoors. And it's enough out because I invite, let's talk about the outdoors. I don't care. But it's variety. We'll talk about anything. But if you're an outdoors person, you come in and you want to talk outdoors, you bet your Sty's going to say, let's talk about outdoors. Let's get up on the panel. Let's talk about outdoors. Because I won't deny my outdoor base. I won't deny them. So no matter what I do, I want them to want to hang around all the time. Anyway, because they're my base. They're the ones that made my channel. And that's why now I'm doing that two streams a month that are into the outdoors. You want to talk about how much RAM you got on your computer? No, sorry, that ain't got nothing to do with the outdoors. Stop talking about it. That ain't it. We're talking about the outdoors, and because I'm going back to appeal to my base. That's the reason I'm going to do those 2 streams per month, is to go back and appeal just to that base. And that's where I want to get back out in the field. And it's like you were saying, Mark, I did a test. I did a video every single day for a month. Posted one every day for a month. My videos typically get between 100 and 200 views on a video. In that month, I was getting 100 to 200 views for the first week. By the end of the second week, I was getting 50, 60 views per video.
Yep.
It dropped and created a new plateau because everybody's going, I don't have time to watch a video every day of his. I just can't do it. So they were watching 1 or 2 a week. They weren't watching all 7. So all of a sudden the views per video dropped way down.
Yep.
It's not that the videos were any worse than the next one. it was
You're
too
putting,
many of it.
you're
It
just,
is-
you're
it's too
flooding
much
it.
volume.
Yeah, you're just flooding it. And people, you got to remember, people, our guys, is that there is millions of YouTubers on YouTube, millions, and I don't remember the exact numbers, but I think it was
2.3 billion channels.
okay, and then
2.3
billion.
billion channels.
And I forgot there's a number that they put it out of how many videos are getting uploaded to YouTube per second.
Yeah, yeah. I heard one that it was what the heck was it? It was 3,000 and something per second.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was like 3 to 5,000 videos per second is being uploaded to YouTube. So there is so much content. So the two things that I can help you guys with tonight, if you're starting up a YouTube channel or you're just starting to get it off the ground, number one is find out the content that you are. Don't be a copycat. Make your own content. Make what you're good at doing and build it off of that. Don't go and try to follow someone, because everybody has gone down that rabbit hole where you see this video just goes pfft, and it's like, hey, that's kind of like my kind of stuff. I can kind of twist it and make it into mine. Don't go down that rabbit hole, because you're just going to end up hurting yourself later on down the road, because the people that actually was at the beginning of your YouTube channel, that's what they're expecting is what true is to you. You don't want to go and change it. So that's one of the concepts that I just learned a while back ago that I'll give you a little hint, is not flooding it all, especially if you're new, making sure your content is right, good, clean, crisp. You have good quality. And remember, a really thing that Tyler just got me stuck on here is with the polls. I showed you guys that in our community tabs. Set a poll. You guys don't get community tabs until you're over 1,000, but if you are, set that poll up in there to see what your viewers want to see, and then you can actually go in and gravitate towards that.
Yep. And I had to cut it short, but I do got work in the morning, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna jump off, guys. I gotta get up and get going too. I know I gotta go check the fire.
Holy smokes! I just saw the sign, guys. Oh, you guys are terrible. Keep this old man up all night. But I I could talk with you guys for hours and hours and hours. But hey, thank you, both of you, for inviting me up.
No problem.
Our
It was a
pleasure.
great way to spend my evening. I'll cut out of here. You guys take care. Keep up the good work. Tyler, you're tough, man. Dealing with your system. Yeah, you got a good constitution, do you? Keep it up. Keep it up, buddy.
He's got patience of a saint, is what he's got.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And hey, keep up the good work. And
Okay.
God bless you. And I'll catch you soon.
All right, sounds
And
good.
if you guys are available this coming Saturday night, it's my gonna be my first into the outdoors. So
We'll be there.
Yep.
stop on in if you can.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So we'll see you all later. Thanks everybody in the chat. It's been awesome. You all have a good night.
Take care,
safe.
Sty.
God bless y'all.
Yep. Thank you. God bless.
All right, guys. So we're going to bounce, is what the saying is, I guess. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming in here and checking and hanging out with us tonight. I hope you got some information on some stuff. Oops, I bounced Tyler right out of there. Where'd you? Oh, he left. Okay. So thank you all for coming in and spending your time with us, and we appreciate it, each and every one of you. We'll be coming out here in the next, I'm guessing about a week, because we're getting pretty close. So we're going to do a loadout on the gear that we'll be taking out. So that'll be coming from Tyler and myself. So guys, keep an eye open for that. So you guys all take care. Like always, God bless. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care all.